mix this around. I'm drinking this fresh juice that I got, like getting the right fruit from different places, and you know. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell below, and if you are, thank you for returning. Let's really get into this because it's been a long time. I've been saying that I'm gonna give you this video, my nutrition. I'm gonna throw some clips in throughout the video showing you different foods that I eat, you know, things that aren't too expensive. Get into all of that, and if you have any questions about anything that I discuss, let me know down below in the comments. Whatever else you can think of and you want to know, let me know. Also talk more about ways that you can change if it's something that you are considering at the moment. Okay, so basically, what am I? I don't like to put any kind of label on what I am. Some people like to label me vegan. My son calls me a vegan because he doesn't really know any other terms to use. And that's because I don't eat meat at all. So I don't eat chicken, I don't eat beef, and I don't eat pork. Some people may consider fish meat. So I don't, you know, it's seafood, but that is probably the only thing that I eat that constitutes as meat, which is fish. The only fish I can say that I eat at the moment is salmon, and I eat porgies for the most part. I stay away from shrimp. Crab legs I really love, but honestly that's not something I eat on a regular anyway. But since I've been on this current journey, I have not had crab legs. So I mean, I've seen it and I've looked at it. Actually, I'm lying, sorry. The other day we went to City Island, since they finally opened up the restaurants, and I had my son had, him and his sister had crab legs, and I was breaking it for him. So of course I'm greedy, so I was dipping and eating sometimes I was taking out the meat. But anyway, I eat seafood occasionally. On a regular, I do not eat seafood. A lot of my meals are plant-based. I sometimes eat Beyond and Impossible meat, but that's very rare. I don't recommend that people eat that because you're kind of defeating the purpose of being plant-based. Okay, one of the things that I'm also doing right now is looking a lot at the labels of the food that I eat. So this kind of makes the whole process a little bit more complicated for me as well, because if I don't really recognize an ingredient, or if I don't feel like it's something that my body should be ingesting naturally, I do not want to purchase the product. I'm being so real with you. Sometimes going grocery shopping is a little bit of a hassle for me, wanting to see what ingredients is in everything. So that's why a lot of times I'll buy mostly the same things over and over, and I'll get into that as well. But yeah, so it all depends on what I want to do and the mood. So I'm trying to eliminate eating Beyond Meats and any of those kind of stuff, period. I'm not really trying to continue eating stuff like that, but I have had that on occasion, sometimes as a cheat meal, if you know I feel like it, or if somebody is going to like Burger King. I would get the Impossible Burger, like, and just consider it like a cheat meal. But the way that I'm trying to really embrace my body right now, I don't want to put anything in there that I don't know what it is. Because I'm not consuming meat, dairy or eggs or any of those kind of products, I want to get every piece of nutrient that the foods that I am eating is going to give me. I don't want to skimp on that at all. So that is also a part of the reason why I prefer to eat whole foods, not processed. So I don't do cheese. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't had cheese since I've been on my journey, but I have. One thing about this thing is putting the pressure on yourself to cut things out. Like, eventually it'll come so naturally to you. But during the process, don't beat yourself up and feel like, damn, I had this, fuck it, let me just go back to eating this. No, it's a process. Or even one day you might slip up and have a piece of chicken. I'm not gonna lie, the first month when I changed, because my household, they still eat meat, and honestly I don't get an urge at all, and I don't know what it is, but they still eat meat. I'm not gonna force them to change their diet. They'll do that eventually, and that's where I'll come in, because I'm trying to learn as much as I can, so that when they start to want to transition, I'll be a little bit more seasoned and know what to give them that will make them feel as satisfied as they did when they were consuming meat and dairy products. So some of the things that I eat are a lot of chickpeas, quinoa, kale, eggplant, red, green, orange, yellow peppers, bell peppers, I guess they want to call that. I eat I eat a lot of different fruits. For the most part, I eat a lot of vegetables. Like I said, I'm gonna put clips of the foods that I eat so you guys will see. But sometimes I've made dishes where I try to get it to taste like meat and try to use products that's more plant-based. So I would use like a chickpea flour and fry it using grapeseed oil, of course, to make something similar to like fried chicken. So I would use mushrooms for that. But something with mushrooms, it does something to my stomach. So I need to try a different type. Like maybe it's the one I'm getting. I found many different types of stores, many different types of different places that offer certain foods. Food was something that was always a happy place for me. I love flavors, I love texture, so I'm still learning on what different types of foods to make, the different types of foods to buy. The healthy relationship that I had to come up with was me realizing that food is more for life. Like, I know that we enjoy food and it's no problem enjoying it. It's not a sin or anything like that. But when you're eating food and you're using it as a crutch, basically, for emotions subconsciously, like, we don't even realize it, because like when I'm craving chocolate or something, like that's on an emotional level, right? I think so. I think that's something that they say. So when you're buying your food, just be mindful of what you're buying. That's all I'm saying. Be mindful of the products that you're buying. And that was mostly my goal when I wanted to transition. Not only was it for a spiritual reason, I just wanted to get my system clean so I could be more aligned with myself, with the earth, the universe. And I just feel like when I'm eating certain foods, I really don't know how it's affecting different things in my body. And don't get me wrong, like when it comes to my family, the fact that they're eating meat and stuff, like, I'm not gonna force them not to, but what I try to mindfully do whenever I shop is always shop organic. And I have no control over what someone's making. I really don't know. I'm not growing it myself. This is something that I always used to say when I ate meat, like, no matter if you're eating meat or not, you don't know where you're getting your food from if you're not growing it yourself. So I am such a big advocate one day being able to provide myself with that. That's a really big goal, but even if I get a portion of it, it's still a goal that I was able to do. I mean, there's so many things I wish I can go into with you guys as the time goes and as we get to know each other a little bit more. Right now, another thing I'm also trying to do, since I'm in the process of renewing my certification as a trainer, is getting a nutrition license, because I've been reading so much about different foods since I've changed my diet. So that was one of the things, changing my diet made me want to do too as well, because of course I'm having to consider the things that I have worked hard for in the gym. So I want to be able to sustain that. and be able to put the right things in my body. That's also going to keep my muscle intact and my iron and my blood and my, you know what I'm saying, these types of things, my bones. I want to be able to still have these things working in full function without having to rely on, you know, a product that I don't really want to be putting in my body. I don't even supplement anymore, guys. Everything I eat natural. I eat all natural foods pretty much. I mean, like I said, there has been times when I would buy something that's, you know, that's processed, but for the most part. And another thing that I have been doing is fasting. I do fast. I drink a lot of water. Since I started my journey, I've been drinking a lot of water. Everything about me feels different. I mean, I consider myself to always have been a person that was pretty happy-go-lucky. Even if I don't walk around chipper and smiling, like internally, I'm fine. Like I'm not dealing with, you know, of course we have our day-to-day things that we deal with in life, but I just really feel so much mental clarity, even when there's so many things going on and I don't know which way it's gonna go, or, you know, I don't worry as much. I mean, I don't know how to put that, because I don't consider myself a person that worries a lot, but I do feel like I've been a person that suffered with anxiety. And that's part of the reason why I felt like I smoked, because I felt like the weed would help with the anxiety. But it's like now, even though, yeah, I still do smoke, my anxiety levels are not as high, because I can go days, you know, and not smoke anything and still feel like okay in a room. Because also being in places where there's a lot of different energy, I pick up on that and it makes me uncomfortable. Like I used to deal with that a lot, and I don't feel like I have that same feeling anymore. Like, I mean, I don't know if I can contribute that to me changing my diet, or just me getting more in touch with myself in the past couple of months. Like I've really been doing a lot of self-reflecting and just a lot of it. And it's crazy, because I'm not like just some single girl out here who don't have responsibilities. I'm just thankful that I was strong enough to start reflecting more on myself. And I felt like a lot of that had to do with my diet, and not only just my food. It's just the things that I was around, people I was. Okay, so what I'll leave you guys with is, if you are deciding that you want to go vegan, just don't think too hard into it. When you decide you want to do it, take your time. If you want to eliminate one thing at a time, try that. Once you start doing that and getting familiar with the types of foods that you're wanting to eat, try to look up, you know, little recipes. That also helps with you transitioning. Just like with chicken or beef, you get bored. Like it's no different. You're gonna get bored with the food you're eating, and at some point you're gonna have to find creative ways. But I feel like once you more get into the journey and start enjoying it a little bit more, you don't have no problem doing that. You really have to just know how to season food in order for this to work as well. There's dishes that I have had and that I've also made myself, because keep in mind that I grew up in a Jamaican household, so like seasoning and, you know, like this is our thing. It'll come out like yes. So there are things that you have to be able to do with food to just give it that burst of flavor, and that's what really makes you enjoy it and make you not even think about the fact that it's not meat. Or in the beginning you're gonna have the thought in your mind of, I wish this was that or this or that, but at some point it just comes to a matter of flavoring. Like if you're really a connoisseur of food like myself, it's all based on flavoring. It has little to do now with the texture. If I'm hungry and something just tastes really, really good, like, and it would be something that somebody would look at and frown upon because it's like just green, like my plate just looks like a whole garden. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a good feeling sometimes too. Like, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you have any comments, or if you feel like we can discuss something more going further, or if I didn't answer any questions you felt I should have answered, please comment down below. Also like, share, and subscribe. Share. Even if this is not something that is for you, somebody you know may be wanting to transition, share with them. Whatever, just share it. What I'm basically showing you is some clips of other foods that I did not mention in the video. Part of the reason why I prefer to eat at home is because I know exactly what's going in my food. Certain seasonings, oils, there's certain oils I don't like using, and there's certain seasonings I don't want in my food. Sometimes I do follow Dr. Sebi's alkaline list of things, and a lot of the foods that are being made in establishments are mucus forming, and they are not good for the lining in our stomachs, for gut health, sorry. So what you see here is a video of me preparing basically an alkaline meal, and this is very cheap. I made my own vegetable broth. The broth is what I would use to make my quinoa, and I just mix everything all together, and voila, you get this plate of food. It's very filling, it's high in protein. For the most part, want it to be a whole food. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry if this video took long, but it was a long time coming, and I didn't want to skimp on it. I wanted to give you guys as much detail as possible. Please, again, let me know what you think in the comments. See you next time.